Hey everybody, it's Matt and welcome back to my layout room. Today we're going to be talking about why model railroading. Why am I into this hobby? What is so special about this? We won't be doing a layout progress video today, not because I haven't been doing work, because you can see here I've got a lot of bench work kind of sprawling all over this room. I'm actually pretty close to getting the bench work done, so I'm going to put it off until next month when I get basically all the bench work done and I can present it all to you at one time. Also, I am going to upgrade my camera and my microphone because the iPhone's not cutting it anymore. Unfortunately, if you saw the last couple of videos, it ain't great. And I'm getting into the part now where I'm going to be laying track and weathering track and painting backdrops and ballasting, all the fun stuff of model railroading. And I want to be able to present that to you the best quality that I can, because you guys deserve to see something that's actually worth looking at. So I've got my eye on a 4K camera and some nice microphones. So it costs some money. So we're going to wait a little bit until I can kind of get that money together and get that purchased. But until then, I can still kind of post these sort of these one-off videos where we talk model railroading with you guys. And I think that this format will work okay for that. So with that out of the way, why model railroading? What is it about? What is it about all this stuff that I like? Honestly, if you would ask me as a kid, I would have had one thought on it. If you ask me as an adult, I've got completely different thoughts. I think it's rare to find a hobby that you enjoy as much as an adult as you do as a kid, right? Video games may be that for me as well. I really enjoy video games now as much as when I was a kid, although I don't play video games as much anymore because I'm in my basement nailing pieces of wood against a wall, right? But I think as a kid, model railroading was kind of about the toys, right? It's kind of about the engines, kind of watching them kind of go around, all the cool, neat freight cars and structures and all that. As an adult, it is different. It is. My life is full of just craziness. I don't know about you guys, but I work a couple of jobs. I have a couple of kids. I have a couple of houses, and it's just there's a lot going on, and things change from day to day to day, right? But what doesn't change is, well, I shouldn't say it doesn't change. This room changes a lot. But what I'm building in this room has a certain amount of permanence to it, right? Unlike, say, I was going to say like a video game. Unlike, say, a game of Minecraft where you're building something and then destroying it, and building something different and then destroying it, and building something different and destroying it. Unlike my day-to-day job, which is where I am a user interface, user experience designer. I'm working from project, and then that's done, and I'm on to a different thing, and then that's done, and then I'm on to a different thing, and then that's done. This layout here that I'm building is going to take years, and it's something that I have been thinking about for years. I had basically two previous versions of this same railroad, and when I lay track down, when I nail bench work against a wall, when I lay the track down on that bench work and I glue that track down, I am sort of putting a line in the sand and saying, like, this is where this bench work goes. That track is going to go in a big curve around this bench work. It's not changing, at least not very easily, right? There's a certain amount of permanence to it, which I find very freeing in a weird way. I don't know. There's something about the fact that, like, I'm saying this is where this is. This is where this track goes. These are the industries this track serves. These are the type of engines that are going to be on this track, right? I'm creating a modern railroad, and I'm emulating a real railroad, and so I'm making decisions as to, like, I'm 4-axle diesels on the Medellin Falls main line only, 6 axles on the Union Pacific main line only. I'm making these sort of decisions that have a certain amount of resonance to them that are really only important to me. My wife doesn't care. My kids don't care. You guys, maybe. You guys care, right? But you guys also have this same sort of weird sickness when it comes to model railroading. I know that's kind of a unique take on model railroading. Of course, I love the trains. I love watching trains. I mean, I got trains going, rail fanning videos going back here. I mean, it's a thing that I do enjoy. And so this idea of, like, building something that has a certain amount of permanence to it is taking its form in model railroading. I guess people who do who build houses or maybe do woodworking, I think they probably feel a lot of the same way. I would also say something that I really love is the tangibility of this. The fact that, like, I'm touching stuff and I'm making things happen in here, right? I'm getting my hands dirty with plaster and ground foam and glue, lots of glue, lots of paint. And in this modern world where, like, all of my work is done, all my creative work is done virtually on a computer, to be able to, at the end of the day, come into my basement and mess around and create something physical and real that you can see and touch, and until it dries, smell. That's got a lot going for it too. So, what makes this hobby great? Why model railroading? For me, it's a lot of things, and I think because it is a lot of things, that's what's great about it. I love the research side of it as well. That was something I couldn't care less about when I was a kid. Researching was kind of boring to me, but now as an adult, learning about the Pend Oreille Valley Railroad and the northeastern Washington state region and Sandpoint, Idaho, and all the railroads that kind of come together in this area, and the industries that these trains worked, and the history of these industries. It's all fascinating stuff that, as a kid, wasn't an interest of mine. But as I develop as an adult, that's a new aspect of the hobby that I find really fascinating. So hopefully those are kind of a different take on model railroading. I think there's the traditional ideas that everyone has about just watching big machinery, great feats of engineering rolling through these amazing feats of engineering in that the track that they're able to lay across the landscape in such a way that they can actually transport hundreds of thousands of pounds of tonnage, right, across this great landmass in an efficient and effective way. I think that's stuff that always gets us to. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble, but so what do you guys think? What is it about model railroading that grabs you? I'm actually really interested to hear. So leave it in the comments. Maybe we can have a conversation down there. Yeah, try to keep this under 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off now. But thanks for listening to me, guys. Link, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time with maybe some more thoughts about model railroading. All right. Awesome. See you guys then.
Coming home now, baby.